Good afternoon. I am working through some of the beers that I have in my refrigerator. One of them is Taxman Brewing Company's Bean Counter. This is a Belgian-style brown ale, and it's brewed with coffee and spices. So the back says, brewed with Nicaraguan coffee roasted by Tinker Coffee Company. A rich base of caramel and roasted malts is enhanced by a generous dose of coffee, cocoa nibs, and Mexican vanilla beans, making Bean Counter a complex dark ale perfect for cool nights around a warm fire. However, I am drinking it because I am doing a tedious task, and it has caffeine in it, so seems like a good beer to enjoy for that. Oh, interesting. It formed little circular bubbles on top of the beer when I opened it that just stayed there, and that was pretty cool. Anyway, so this comes in. First of all, I like this can a lot. I think it's pretty cool. It looks like it's a sticker that's stuck on, but it's kind of a satin finish, which is interesting. And that seems pretty cool. So, also, since we're talking about this, I really love it when beer companies put this kind of information on there. This is useful to me. So 33 IBUs. I'm always interested in IBU counts. And then 7.8% alcohol by volume. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, so it pours nice and heady. I'm gonna get down here with this beer real quick. Lots of maltiness in here and lots of coffee aroma, which is really great. But it almost smells like cream coffee with cream. So it's not acrid like a French roast would be, or an espresso, which is really intense. This is kind of like a smooth coffee aroma. A little florally. I feel like, I guess it depends on the yeast they're used, but Belgian ales sometimes taste either florally to me or spicy with the yeast. I feel like the yeast is very distinct anyway, so it has a hint of that aroma in here as well. Maybe I can get that vanilla a little bit. What did it say? Mexican vanilla. Oh, cocoa nibs. Oh, sure. That kind of explains why the coffee seems a little bit mellow. I think it's kind of softened a little bit by the sweetness of chocolate, even though cacao nibs don't contain sugar in them. I'm pretty sure. I guess I should fact check that. The aroma of chocolate to me can soften a bitterness, I suppose, even though I guess chocolate is a little bit bitter by itself. So anyway, enough talking about that. This is Taxman Brewing Company out of Bargersville, Indiana, which is pretty cool. So this was likely a Tavor find, and I have 2 cans of this. One that I'm going to implore a friend to drink on my behalf, and then this one, which I'm sharing with you. So let's jump in. Oh, actually, let's take a color look real quick. So nice dark color to this. So it says it's a Belgian-style brown ale. Brown ales tend to be a little thin and translucent, and so this is definitely an opaque beer that reminds me a lot of a porter or a stout, and that's likely the contribution of coffee that is making it that dark. I'm trying to think of a good brown ale comparison. Belgian brown ale comparison. Nope, not going to think of it quickly enough. So, all right, cheers. Oh, also the head has dissipated, which is nice because it was a nice foamy pour, which really opened up that aroma. Now it's very coffee. Okay, anyway, enough talking. Let's drink. Really masterfully balanced, I have to say. It has bitterness. It has coffee acrid flavor to it. It has cocoa type bitterness, but it all resolves into this nice malty backbone, which really supports the kind of really intense flavors that are happening here and allows them to swirl around and be enjoyable rather than intense in any one, with allowing, so any one flavor is not super intense. It's very, very, very drinkable beer. One of the things that's been really trendy is cold brew coffee, and this doesn't specifically say it is cold brewed or not cold brewed, I suppose, but to me, cold brew coffee tastes like coffee tea. It's very, I don't know, and it's very thin. It doesn't have the same kind of body that I appreciate in coffee, and so, it's a coffee product. It's okay. Sometimes it's nitro tapped, and that's always interesting to me, but it's not my favorite way to consume coffee. I like the kind of thickness that coffee offers when you do it out of a French press or an espresso pour. And this beer seems to have that. It would be funny for me, funny for you, I suppose. Sad for me if we found out that this was cold brew coffee that was in here, but I get the impression that it's not, which is kind of nice. And so we're getting more coffee flavor and not just like caffeine addition. So that's pleasant. This is a really, really, really great beer. Really great beer. Now I'm getting some chocolate out of it. I feel like every time I smell this beer, there's something else that's highlighted. Yeah. Highly recommend this beer. Also, what I think is great about this beer is that this is not a shabby shabby amount of alcohol, 7.8%. And you don't get any alcohol flavoring or any warming from this drink that would make it, I don't know, unpleasant is the word necessarily, but, that really detracts it all from the great beer flavor that there is. And that's really amazing. I feel like getting that balance between having a nice alcohol content and having good flavor of maltiness and having good bitterness, and then getting the flavor additives that you've included, such as coffee and cacao, and having that all work nicely together is really challenging. And this is an excellent example of that. So if it hasn't been clear up until this moment, this is I highly recommend this beer. So again, this is Taxman Brewing Company's Bean Counter with this really cool label on it. And this is out of Bargersville, Indiana. And this particular brew is 7.8% and 33 IBUs. Drink it. If you have had it before, please share with me your thoughts on it. I want to know if you enjoyed it as much as I did. And cool. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.